the world's greatest athletic showcase. But just outside the show, rape, genocide, slave labor. American companies are drunk on Chinese dollars, entangled with communist dictators committing atrocities and propping up these genocide games staged by the Chinese Communist Party. And what can we do?
Stand for freedom. Defund the dictator.
Unbelievable stuff right there. NBC refusing to air parts of the ad that you just saw right there, while the Chinese regime continues to repress journalism and free speech, commits genocide against their own people, and has blocked every legitimate investigation into the origins of COVID-19 since this whole thing started. But many companies here in the U.S. are still standing by, ready to make money off the Olympics in Beijing. Joining us now for more is one of the people that put together that ad that you just saw, Florida Congressman Michael Waltz. Congressman, good morning. Welcome back to the show. Good to see you.
Yeah, good morning. Good to see you.
How ridiculous is this whole thing? You mentioned that there are a lot of companies that are choosing profits over principle. A lot of these companies are American companies that have spent millions to be a part of these Beijing genocide Olympics.
Yeah, it's sad, frankly. I mean, you mentioned the list, partial list of atrocities that that the Chinese Communist Party have ongoing. But they also have a massive military buildup underway, and President Xi is openly talking about replacing the American dream with the China dream and being the new dominant world power. And the sad irony of it all is it's American companies that are funding it. So the point of the ad, which I made with Inez Cantor Freedom, the NBA basketball star that's taken such a bold stand on human rights, was one, the left is talking about defunding police and defunding all kinds of things. How about we defund dictators? And number two, these companies that like to preach social justice here at home and parade around their good governance credentials, then turn a blind eye to millions of people in concentration camps and modern day slavery that's used to make their products. So enough is enough. We're going to call them out. And our call to the American people is, when you see made in China, put it down. Made in America isn't just a jobs issue. It's a basic human rights issue, and it's now a national security issue.
Yeah, Congressman, you make a good point, but think about it like this. Those millions of tests, we got them delivered to our house from the federal government. Those tests are all made in China. Flip the box over. It says it right there.
That's right.
I've never missed America First more than I do right now. Ratings for the opening ceremonies Friday night, they were down almost 50%. According to Nielsen, the first weekend of the Olympics was the lowest rated in modern history. What does that tell you about where the American people are with these Olympic Games right now?
Well, it tells me that even though our CEOs and corporate boardrooms, Wall Street, and our mainstream media are totally drunk on Chinese dollars and are willing to compromise their values, the American people see right through that. In fact, I just heard from someone in my district that was at a diner in North Florida. Someone in the table next to her asked the waitress to turn on the Olympics. And another waitress said, we don't support genocide in this establishment.
Wow.
So the American people have made the connection. And I think that's incredibly powerful. But that's why we're taking the message directly to them. They can take a stand. They can start voting with their wallets and start moving this country back into energy independence and manufacturing independence, because at the end of the day, the Chinese have deliberately cornered the market on our pharmaceuticals, computer chips, rare earth minerals. They've done it deliberately, and they're threatening already to choke off those supply chains if we don't see the world the way they want us to.
Yeah, I think it's pretty clear they're China first. I don't know
Yeah, that's
when.
right.
They're China first, absolutely. Just out of curiosity, and I haven't heard anybody ask you this, what did NBC News say to both you and Inez Cantor Freedom, the Celtics center?
Well, their legal department, even though we had reserved the airtime to run the ad, their legal department reached out and said, well, we'll run it, but you just need to take all the company logos down and materially change the ad. So it was a non-rejection rejection.
And these were American companies that are spending millions of dollars. Now, these were American companies that you've got in the video, right, that are spending millions of dollars to be a part of the Olympics.
That's right. They're all corporate sponsors. They're all corporate sponsors, and directly and indirectly, they're aiding and abetting a mass genocide as defined by the Trump administration and the Biden administration. But at the end of the day, like we said in the ad, they are completely beholden, and NBC has become a a spokesperson platform for Chinese dictatorship.
Yet over the summer, we boycott Home Depot and Delta Airlines over the Georgia voting law, but we don't boycott any of these companies that are supporting a regime that literally has slavery taking place with millions of people, these Uyghur Muslims in Northwest China, as we speak, and nobody cares. That's where we are politically right now. Congressman, thanks so much for coming on and tell us about this. I wish the ad would air. I think it's a great ad. Unfortunately, NBC News not letting that happen, which doesn't surprise me.
Well, thanks so much for putting a spotlight on it. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it, Congressman. Good to see you. Hey, I'm Rob Finnerty. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please join the conversation in the comments below. Don't forget to subscribe, too. Hit the bell icon to be alerted to breaking news. And remember, there's a whole lot more on Newsmax TV, America's fastest growing cable news network. Newsmax TV, we're real news for real people.